The Ensis Maniac Stride 2050 is the new pump and light wind front wing from Ensis that we are currently testing to ensure the 1.4 meter wingspan on this pump wing does not cause stability issues. Ensis has installed a heavy duty fuse that is slightly larger in size and provides maximum stiffness. What stands out immediately is the strong lift of this setup.
No running start is needed to begin pumping directly from the dock.
Simply jumping on is enough. At the same time, you feel very little resistance on the front wing when applying pressure with your front foot. This means you have to respond immediately and quickly with an active and deliberate pumping motion, or set the board down into the water very precisely and straight. So not with a downward motion, but as horizontal as possible to achieve the minimum speed for the foil, which is really very low here. This allows you to initiate the pumping motion cleanly.
We also tested the wing in extremely light wind below 10 knots and did so with a long, not too narrow mid-length board. For this you need a steady, slightly continuous pumping motion with both the board and the wing to get going.
As soon as a low speed is reached about 9 km per hour, you immediately achieve 100% axis stability. You also notice an extremely low drag, which makes the foil feel light. And when gusts of wind around 10 knots occur, a short, intense pumping motion is enough to quickly pick up speed. Then you're immediately up to speed. When you no longer feel any additional resistance in the foil, another short, intense pumping motion is enough to quickly start gliding. A brief, powerful pump is all it takes to swiftly switch into the foil modus.
Axis stability is especially important for beginners and early intermediates when it comes to pump foil. In this phase in particular, reliable axis control is crucial. With this setup, the pitch axis is absolutely stable, requiring no special attention to pump frequencies. The whole process feels very intuitive. Here you pump evenly and almost automatically because the coordination between the front wing and rear wing is exceptionally well executed.
Excessive effort really is not necessary. Of course, with the wings of this size, you generally have to exert more force than with smaller, efficient pump wings designed for advanced or professional riders. The Ensis Maniac Stride also proves to be very stable along the roll axis. This requires carefully and actively turning along the yaw axis. You can't just lean heavily into the roll movement here, because the wing then becomes difficult to bring back upright. Even though it generally provides good feedback, you shouldn't overdo it with the lateral tilt. The foil digs into the water.
Since the tuning between the fuse length and the rear wing size matches the front wing perfectly, turning along the yaw axis is effortless even for beginners.
Here you can see a great example of the pronounced axis stability. Especially when riding in light wind, you're often surprised at first by how early and with how little wind you can get going, but you should work with a very gentle tilt on the roll axis during maneuvers. Only a minimal sideways tilting movement is recommended here.
True turning agility is only clearly evident along the yaw axis. That's why we recommend the setup as a light wind weapon for more experienced and advanced wing foilers. For absolute beginners, the limited roll movement simply can be noticeably more difficult to control at times.
When it comes to pumping, however, the foil proves to be very beginner-friendly, provided that your stance is indeed correct. Then the precision of the pumping movements doesn't require much attention either. The Ensis Maniac Stride is truly an ideal cruiser pump foil in this regard, which also provides enough lift for heavier riders, and thanks to its low stall speed can easily cover long distances. For very light users, the foil requires more effort.
The Ensis Maniac Stride is designed for slow to medium speeds. You have to pump at a high frequency. You notice that you are always working against a slight resistance. The optimized glide is good for beginners by comparison, but due to its thickness, you have to repeatedly put in some energy by actively pumping. The optimal bodyweight range for the Ensis Maniac Stride is between 75 and 100 kilograms. In this range, this foil is a very reliable, easy to pump foil that can also bring a lot of fun to many riders in wing foil use, even in extremely light wind.
One aspect that we particularly liked about the entire pump foil set is the high quality workmanship. The carbon matrix of the foils is absolutely flawless and the finish is top notch. The fuse is constructed so solidly that it absorbs the forces of a wing with a span of 1.40 meters without anything coming loose or at all, squeaking or creaking. Everything is absolutely solid and yet very easy to assemble, since special attention was paid to precision in workmanship. The price is €1,829.